I think that leads on to maybe looking at the United Nations perspective on this as well. And I'll maybe bring the next one to Lorenza. The pandemic has shown weaknesses and also strengths in emergency preparedness. What can we learn? And are there practical ways for policymakers and businesses to manage different kinds of risks with transparency and accountability? Like you'd have experience of this from a UNES perspective.
And indeed, I'm connecting back to what Ricardo and then other speakers were saying today, that emergency preparedness is key, because there will be more crises, there will be more contingencies that we have not predicted. On a positive note, I think every manager can say without a doubt that we were amazed by our staff resilience, by our staff adaptability, and in UNECE, it was just amazing. Like, and I can say the same of many organizations that I'm closely working with. We switched to home working without delay. We really sprang into action. We really, I think we should congratulate ourselves for what we've done collectively. And it has meant a major transformation, but we were able to continue to work while our offices were closed. And looking at these responses, I can say that those organizations that were most successful had a little bit of a secret weapon in terms of use of standardization, use of guidelines. And there are a number of these voluntary standards that are available, and in particular right now they're even freely available on the websites of the standards organizations that have made them available to us during this acute crisis. And whether we use those standards explicitly, like that they are certified, or we use them implicitly in preparing our organization's guidelines for responding to crisis, there's no doubt that it creates certainty, it creates predictability, it contributes to create trust as well with our stakeholders that business will continue. And we at UNECE have since 2012 hosted a unique group of experts that develops best practice for public administrations on how to manage public risks. And we have taken this best practice really from standards like standards ISO 31000, for example, and others. And there is one recommendation among those that have been developed by this group that really comes to mind right now. And it is about crisis management within regulatory frameworks. And we look at that, and it says that regulatory authorities should design crisis management functions as part of any regulatory framework. So not just to have a separate authority that looks at all emergencies, but to have in each and every regulatory framework, say education, for example, a specific clause about crisis, so that when a crisis hit, each and every sector is impacted, and each and every sector has the resources to spring back. And I think that's something that we should really embed into our response to the crisis, into the stimulus packages, to embed this ability to spring back and to be more resilient.